Hi there, my name is Aldi and welcome to the Enterprise Risk Management Academy. As you know, and it's quite obvious really, risk management is a social science. And it could get easily multi-interpreted by people. Even say, that all individuals in an organization, for example, have a high degree of competency, risk management may be translated into slightly different versions of implementations, right? And it could be a mess, for sure. ERM should be applied in the same language and with a mutual understanding among the people within that particular organizations. There are plenty of standards for risk management out there, but I'm going to introduce you to an international standard of risk management called ISO 31000. First published in 2009, and the last versions to date is in 2018. It describes a set of guidelines intended to streamline risk management for organizations. Now, before we jump into the content, it's quite fascinating really about this ISO 31000. You may realize that it's not an ISO 31001, right? As in the ISO 9001 or 40001, but it is an ISO 31000. This practically means that this standard cannot be certified to an organization per se, but it's an individual-based competency. So, a collective of competent individuals will make a good practice or even a good level of maturity in ERM implementation. And this relates to the culture, leadership, and all human factors in implementing risk management. But we will get into that later. The ISO 31000 defines risk management as coordinated activities to direct and control an organization with regard to risk. To easily understand and implement ISO 31000 in your organization, you should comprehend the three main components. Firstly, you've got risk management principles, and then you've got risk management framework, and you've got risk management process. And these is also known as the architecture of risk management. Now, you can see risk management principle as something that a person or an organization should be, kind of living with. It's somewhat a rule of conduct, really, based on what is good and what is bad when you're doing risk management. As for risk management framework, it's kind of a basis on which organizations should implement ERM. An organization or an enterprise should rely on one particular risk management framework. Also, every organization should customize their own framework according to their needs. So, it's enterprise specific. Last and certainly not the least, risk management process is a component attached to every single risk identified. In other words, if you or your company face 1,000 risks, theoretically speaking, you will also get through 1,000 risk management processes too. To put it simply, risk management principles, thinking they are like a backbone. Risk management framework is the skeleton. So each organization's got one set of skeletal systems, right? And risk management process is the actions. So you decide on something. Alright, that's it guys. Thanks for watching and we hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more educational content like this. Thank you. See you around.